Welcome back to the Myth series in depth. Today I will be showing off the first mission in Myth 2 Soulblighter, Willow Creek. The mission is pretty straightforward and will be a quick one. Here is the journal for this mission.
Monday, August 25th, near Willow Creek. Finally a break from this incessant marching. We have been on the move since first light, and the men are becoming weary from the difficult trek through these dense woods. Kruniak, our commander, insists we keep these pauses to a minimum if we are to reach the town of Willow Creek before midday. It was only yesterday that we entered the town of Tallow, seeking rest after a month spent patrolling the southern reaches of the Wild River. But our respite was cut short when the mayor beseeched us to investigate reports of grave robbing around the villages just north of Forest Heart. Kruniak, who seems to be more interested in political maneuvers than military ones, agreed to look into the matter. I am sure it will prove to be yet another unfounded rumor, no doubt caused by wild dogs searching for their evening meal in the newly turned earth of a graveyard. Alas, that is the life of a soldier these days, chasing hoodlums and thieves and making sure the nobility get their due. I have only a few moments before I must go. Columns of black smoke have been spotted rising above the woods between us and Willow Creek. Our commander is rallying the troops for the final leg of our morning journey.
The legion we start the game following is commanded by an officer by the name of Kruniak. The game manual tells us that Kruniak's father is the mayor of Shoal. In Myth of Fallen Lords, Shoal was the town at the end of the tunnel that the legion used to escape from Covenant after acquiring the Total Codex. Kruniak is more interested in political matters and joined the legion to distinguish himself. The journal tells us that this group of the legion has been patrolling the Wild River, which runs between the Cloud Spine and Forest Heart. They were likely just doing routine border patrol. The game doesn't tell us any specific reasons for these patrols. There is a warrior flavored text that gives us an idea of what the legion has been up to since the Great War. Since the end of the Great War, the armies of the province have served as kind of a policing body, from the free cities of the north to Forest Heart. The Legion has been tired of marching for the last month patrolling and takes a stop in a small town called Tallow to refresh themselves. The mayor of Tallow asks the Legion to look into some grave robbings north of Forest Heart. Kruniak of course agrees, because he is really just interested in bringing himself more fame. There is a journal image that shows the mayor asking the Legion about the grave robbings. The journal writer is not suspicious of the grave robbings, but we, having played through Myth of Fallen Lords, know better. We know that the dead can be raised to life by the dark magics that Soulblighter used in the Great War. On the way to investigate the grave robbings, the Legion notices smoke coming up from near Willow Creek and go to investigate it. What will we find? There is another journal image that shows the Legion on the way to Willow Creek with smoke in the background. There is a journal image that shows the Legion taking a break on the way to Willow Creek. Here is the cutscene for this mission. The cutscene shows a windmill that we will see in the mission, and is in Alaric's nightmare from the prologue video. The model is also used in the tutorial. Bungie must have been very proud of their moving 3D model, because they are making dang sure that we notice it. The villager in the cutscene notices something creeping up on him that terrifies him. There is a new enemy unit in the mission called a Ghast. The game manual tells us that ghasts are the corpses of villagers and other commoners that were raised to life by dark magic. They are the first stage of what will eventually become a wight. Like other undead units, the ghast can travel underwater since it doesn't have to breathe. Ghasts are extremely weak, but their foul stench and clammy touch can stun the living. The stun effect is basically the early stages of the pus inside of them that will eventually become explosive. There is a flavored text describing a survivor who encountered a ghast. Its fist struck my face, and a strip of putrescent flesh sloughed off, adhering to my cheek. My brain disconnected by the horror of it, if not for the first action of my comrades. There is another gas-flavored text that gives the impression that the gas still have some recognition of their former life. The unholy throng stumbled through the woods, their wretched claws searching, mouthing words noiselessly, drawn to the village that they had called home not so long ago. Since the ghasts turn into whites, we know that the ghasts were originally created by the necromancer Killiye. At some point, the knowledge of the dark magic that was used to create them was passed down and obtained by Soulblighter. Not to worry, these units are the easiest ones to take out in the game and result in a fairly easy mission. The new unit on the side of the light in the mission is the Bowmen. They look nearly identical in-game to the Furbolg in Myth the Fallen Lords. The human bowmen attack with knives in close combat rather than using their fists like the Furbolg. In addition, each bowman starts the mission with one fire arrow. There are a couple of flavor texts that tell us that several of the bowmen have been taught by the Furbolg themselves. On occasion, an archer of promise is sent to the Ermin, the homeland of the Furbolg, to study his craft at one of the 3 war colleges, Jo Za the Tall, Wa Ama Chichal, or I Kijin Tak. When asked of his advice on how many men should be trained in the use of the bow, Ogun remarked, 1 in 20 from each town. Go there, these men will make themselves known. Several of the possible bowman names were taken from Pope names or other similar references. Now let's jump into the mission. The village of Willow Creek is under attack. Destroy all the attackers and secure the center of the town. This mission, you get a dwarf and a few bowmen and some warriors. It's a very straightforward mission. Got this villager running toward you right when I start. I'm just gonna kind of like take him out. Like, there's not like a lot of strategy in this mission. You gotta really take him out with your bowman and your dwarf, and then you'll be fine. You can use your warriors if they get close. These guys like stun your warriors pretty good, so the warriors aren't very effective against them, to be honest.
We're on it. Let's get them.
These guys, see, they stun them and then you have to like kind of overwhelm them. They're really not that tough, but
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it. Got it.
we'll get our warriors some experience. That's one thing, is I want to get them a few kills, and I want to get my archers some good kills. And then you don't forget to use your
Yes, we're moving.
your fire arrows on your archers, your bowmen. You want to use it like on some grass so it'll kind of burn. So we can kind of use defend kind of like this area, because then they won't be able to like come up behind us. They'll actually like come into groups. Like some of them are on the edge of the map. They all kind of spawn around here on the most part. There's some scattered throughout when you start.
Okay.
But they'll kind of come in, so we can kind of just hold right here and keep killing them.
Yes, sir.
It says to go to the center of the town, which is over here. We really don't need to.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Don't give me duds, game. So you can kind of have like the dwarf target alternate guys besides the and the archers target someone else. just got to keep watching your flank.
Make up your mind.
They're kind of going after the villagers.
Sir.
Villagers run really slow.
Move here, move there. Move here, move there.
Try to get some more bad guys over here, because they'll come. We could advance forward, I suppose. Let's do that. Let's push forward a little bit. If we have to run, we'll be fine.
Yes, sir.
This is... It's a pretty simple mission.
Yes, sir.
You shouldn't have any trouble at all getting no casualties on this.
Yes, sir.
Move here. Make up your mind.
Yeah. Move over. Got it. Get away from me!
Okay.
Stay away!
Just kind of watching my flanks. The last thing you want to do is get surrounded.
Yes, sir.
You can always use your warriors on a few of them.
Burn!
You're kind of like circling around a little bit, so I'm gonna retreat back a little bit so they kind of will clump them up a little bit.
Yes, sir. Stay away!
Yes. Look out, move here, move there. Make up your mind.
Pretty straightforward.
Yes, sir. Yes.
We're on it.
We'll save a few villagers, I suppose.
Okay.
Might as well.
Catch. Incoming. Make up your mind. Yes, sir.
The dwarf will get tons of kills in this. You can beat the mission like pretty much exclusively with the dwarf. Like, he's just so powerful. And these guys really don't have, like, aren't really any challenge. And I just killed one of the villagers. Poor villagers. If he would stay behind my warriors, he'd survive.
Yes, sir.
Oh, looks like one came up behind me, I didn't notice.
Make up your
Yes, sir.
burn. Yes, sir. Yes.
We're moving.
Alright, so far so good. I really don't need to save it, but I might as well.
Got it.
I really did not practice this level much, to be honest, because it's so easy.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Even if they get up to you and you can't kill them in time, you can run away because your units are faster than theirs. You just have to be, like, make sure you give yourself an escape route. So, like, if they're all coming down here, you want to make sure you get out of here before you get stuck. But that's really not that hard to do. It's a good, like, tutorial type mission. You need to focus on the big groups.
Move here, move there. Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Incoming. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes they come in some big groups, so you just need to watch out for that.
Make up your mind. Burn. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to go for the big groups with the grenades and the single ones with the archers.
Move here, move there. Okay. Make up your mind.
Throw it. There's some groups coming behind us. Let's just rearrange my troops.
Your orders, sir.
Catch.
Probably getting towards the end. There's like 200 some units. I killed almost 100 with him. Or maybe I got quite a bit left. I think there's on legendary. There's like more enemies depending on what difficulty you're on.
Yes.
We're moving.
It's just some coming from that way and over here, so I just gotta be careful to not let my dwarf get trapped.
Yes, sir. We're moving.
So here you go, you can kind of retreat.
Yes.
Don't let them surround you.
Okay. Burn.
No, I could use some of my fire arrows.
Stand clear.
Move here, move there.
Yes.
Kind of burn some of them on the way. Might as well. We tend to walk around it though. You might as well just run away. Need to get a little distance. That fire arrows, I probably should have spread them out a little more.
Yes.
Didn't really do much.
Yes. Move here, move there. Make up. Move here, move there.
Maybe I should just take them off with my
Let's get 'em.
warriors.
We're on it.
Yes.
Stand clear. Okay.
There we go, that works out nice. Got some nice kills with my warriors.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Get a little worried because sometimes they
Got it.
start getting hit and they get frozen and you have to get another one to come to help them. So if we get unlucky and like they don't block and a bunch of them get frozen, you can get they can take a lot of damage. Okay, that's should be a good portion of the enemies.
Okay.
We're moving.
Okay.
Yes.
Make up your mind.
Okay, here's another group.
Yes, sir.
Becomes such a mess on the battlefield. And you get your pretty much morph to max veteran status this way. I'm thinking this has got to be pretty close because he's got 138 and there's 200 some. And my archers I know have a lot. I got some with my warriors too. Yep, that's it. So that's the mission. You can see the battle scars on the map. Yeah, the dwarf got 65% of the skills, but I got a lot with my archers. I got one with 17, one with 15, one with 13. So that'll be some good experience for my future levels. Okay, I came back to the mission Willow Creek because I wanted to show you a little trick. Give me hotkeys. Basically, I'm gonna cheese this level like hardcore. Actually, you gotta make sure you go along. See, I want to get to this corner over here. Not that the level's like easy enough. Gotta be careful because they try to like to run along this river. Okay, so there's some. They'll kill all the villagers. You don't really have to save them, but you can get all the goals to come, or gas, I mean, to come right here and pick them off.
Yes, sir. Got it.
It's really cheesy because they don't know to walk around the river. Some of them might make it here, so we got to be a little careful if we see some come. Here they come. They're still coming. You kind of have to kill like one wave at a time, so eventually there won't be any more, because you have to go in a certain area to draw them out. So that's probably like right now. So if we save this, let's save it real quick before we do it.
Got it. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
We're gonna get all the guys to come out.
Yes. On my way.
And you know what we can do is we can send them up here along the river too.
Yes, sir.
You got a nice little fisherman. See, and they're gonna follow him along the river. Some of them might go down there, probably not though. He's kind of coming down, but as you kill them, sometimes their pathing changes. Oh, I went a little too fast. Okay. I hear some more coming. Maybe did the next wave come? You can kind of see how many kills we have. We probably got about 60 enemies killed, so we got a ways to go.
Yes. On my way. Yes, sir. Yes. On my way. Yes, sir.
They're probably like running off, turning around and running off, probably because there's some villagers left that they want to kill.
On my way. Yes. On my way.
So we should be able to come out here and see some more gas show up.
Yes. Yes,
There's
sir.
one there.
On my way.
We'll see a whole mob
Yes,
with
sir.
them.
On my way. Yes.
That should be good. They should come out. Yeah, there they are. They're coming. I just want to control them so I don't get killed by these gas.
On my way.
Because with just one of them, since they can freeze them, they could kill them potentially. Which I could like move all my warriors. I just am doing one just because it's easier. So I'm gonna bring them back over here. If you want to get your archers a lot of experience, this is a good way to do it. Yeah, another good reason about putting the warriors here is because if you're past forwarding, they can protect the dwarf.
Yes?
See, 29. So there's a lot more still. We got a long ways to go. Well, not a long ways.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna go fast,
On
but
my way. On my way. Yes. Yes. On my way. Yes, sir. Got it. Yes, sir. Yes. On my way. Got it. On my way. We're on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Got it.
this is how you kill lots of gas. Isn't it glorious? It's a fast way to beat the level too.
Yes, sir.
40, 40, 40. So that's about
On my way.
120. So we got like at least one more group left.
Got it. Yes, sir.
Let's just go to the center of town and come back.
Got it.
That should be good enough. Yep, there they are. There you go, look at them all die. Why don't you shoot some fire arrows there? Burn them all.
Sir?
And what do we got? We got
Yes, sir.
60, about
Yes, sir.
180, so there shouldn't be very many left, because there's 200 some. There might be one more group out here somewhere.
On my way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
That should be good enough.
Got it.
You only have to like go into the town a little bit, and then they come out. Is there another group?
On my way.
Surprise.
Yes. Ready.
7210. Okay. About 210 enemies killed.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
You get so much experience for these archers like that.
On my
Like
way.
this. Oh, that was it. So that's the cheesy way to beat the level. And it's a good way to give your bowman a ridiculous amount of kills. So there's that for you. Enjoy. The windscreen shows the warriors in the village burning a pile of dead gas. They likely did this to keep them from being raised to life again and for sanitation. After all, if they buried the gas again, who knows if they would come back again. The lost screen shows the gas that have overrun the village. Again we see the windmill. Okay Bungie, I guess it is kinda cool. Perhaps at one point you could select the pigs and chicken because they both have flavor texts in the tag files. A berserk at Tandem, having been told of the extraordinary tastes of roast pig, is said to have replied, "And gold may taste like haggis, but I will never know, as they are filthy beasts." Once they ranged across the province in the millions, but in 5 short years the man now known as Chicken Barrel hunted them almost to extinction. Only a handful of these noble beasts remain. The villagers say funny things as they run around the village in fear.
Ah! Get away from me! Help! Please, 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 please don't eat me. Stay away! I've got a wife and kids, millions of kids. The dead walk. The dead walk.
As I mentioned, Myth 2 Soulblighter has a lot more Easter eggs than Myth the Fallen Lords, and there are some to be expected in this mission. In the lower right is a fisherman fishing in the bank of the creek. I'm not sure why he doesn't say him, but he does have some quotes in the tag files.
Hey, what's up? Hey, keep it down back there. I love fishing. Hey, I think I got a bite.
Near the center of town is a pub where you can hear soft music playing and people laughing. The sign on the pub says Tuncer's Ale House. Tuncer was a member of the Myth 2 development team. There is an outhouse just to the northeast of the ale house that will explode from a dwarf's grenade.
Yes, sir.
In the northwest corner of the map, there is a training dummy that is acting as a scarecrow for the cops. The target dummies of the West have always had the thankless task of training young warriors. Well, that's it for this mission. See you next time in Salvation.